Well, that didn't take long as we are joined by Sportsnet.ca's Michael Grange. Nobody's surprised that Nick Nurse gets the extension. Are you surprised how quickly they got it done?
No, I suspect it was probably something that's been worked on while Bobby Webster, Masai Ujiri, and Nick Nurse all had a little bit of time on their hands in Orlando or on the campus at Disney World, and something that maybe the timing was just get it done now that the off season. They only knew they had when the off season was beginning on as of Friday, so get it done, get the questions over with, and I'm sure some people are enjoying a bit of a vacation in the meantime.
Well, it's an amazing start to a career, to say the least, even though Nick Nurse has been doing this for most of his life. But you win a championship in your first year, coach of the year in the second year with the second best record in the league after losing a superstar. Encompassing all that, what has impressed you most about this tenure for Nick Nurse?
His flexibility and his willingness to kind of roll with things and yet still have a pretty high standard. So if you go back to last year, it kind of gets lost in the mists of time a little bit because they didn't win a title. They did win a title, but he could have been coach of the year last year too, integrating two new starters, dealing with load management, some other kind of questions that were hovering around at the time, and really a very young team outside of, the core of veterans. So, and there was at times during that season he would kind of call his guys out. He called Kawhi Leonard out. He after game one against Orlando, he had enough of a conviction to let his team know and let the public know there was more was expected, and we saw that at various times this year too. This year, very different circumstance, and his ability to kind of work with younger players, inexperienced players, find roles for them, find minutes for them, and yet still have the faith of his veteran guys. So I think he's able to walk a line, roll with things, but when things aren't to the standard he expects, he clearly has he has a bottom line that he doesn't mess with.
This is one step. Overall, it feels like it's a very stable organization. They're getting plaudits from all around the league for being one of the model franchises, but there's a lot of work to do. We won't talk about the players yet, about to be free agents, but in terms of the next step is the management group, and obviously Masai Ujiri has put this whole thing together. This step today was done by him. The next one won't be. So what do you think?
Well, something has to get done. I do know, or I'm quite confident saying that Masai Ujiri is quite confident in having his term extend all the way to free agency, and he understands leverage and value better than almost anybody. We see it all the time. But if you're, somebody that he's working for, you can't let it go that far. You need to find a way to ensure your future with Masai Ujiri. And if by some small chance, if Masai Ujiri is not, MLSE is not a Masai Ujiri's future, that needs to get figured out sooner than later too. So that's obviously the next important step. And, we'll see if it gets done and how it gets done and when it gets done.
The silent kind of a quiet voice in this has always been Bobby Webster. Is it automatic if Masai comes back that Bobby is there, or could this be a separate kind of negotiation and future for these two?
We don't know. I think there is succession in place. Like if Bobby Webster, I think is pretty capable executive, and if there were, I don't know if they're a package deal and one's here, if one's here then the other isn't, and vice versa. But there is Bobby Webster would be in a good position if Masai Ujiri for some reason was thinking about not staying. But again, it's all kind of conjecture, and we really don't know exactly what all the parameters are, other than it is kind of looming out there that not just Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri, but the entire executive team, and until today, your Nick Nurse and presumably your coaching staff were heading the last year of your deal. So Nick Nurse is the first domino, but there are other dominoes that need to fall in place here.
Yeah, just step one of what's going to be a very busy off season. Michael, thanks for this. We'll look forward to catching up with you on Sportsnet.ca.
Thanks, Brad.